The door of the New York apartment slammed shut with a deafening crack. James stormed in, face flushed with a burning red, and hurled his briefcase across the wooden floor. He paced the room like a trapped animal, his breath heavy and jagged from a bitter argument that still echoed in his head. In the corner, his elderly father sat in a pool of golden sunlight, silently pouring steaming tea into a ceramic cup. James gripped the table, his voice trembling with frustration. "Why don't they understand they're wrong? I have to make them see!" His father did not answer right away. He simply stood up, walked to the window, and picked up an old pair of binoculars. With a calm gesture, he beckoned James to follow him out onto the porch. The cool air of the Maine coast brushed against their faces, carrying the scent of salt and pine. In the distance, several large fishing boats were moving slowly across the horizon, their lights flickering like small stars against the darkening sea. The father handed the binoculars to James and pointed to a ship far out in the deep water. "James," he said softly, "I want you to do something for me. Shout as loud as you can. Command that ship to turn around and come to this harbor right now." James stared at his father, confused. "What? Dad, that's impossible. They can't hear me from here. Even if they could, why would they listen? I am not the captain of that ship." The old man nodded slowly, a gentle smile appearing on his face. "Exactly," he replied. "So why do you spend your days trying to steer the hearts and minds of people who are miles away from your shore? Why do you let yourself burn with anger when they choose a different path?" James went quiet. He looked back at the ship, a small speck on the vast ocean. "Every person you meet is the captain of their own vessel," his father continued. "They have their own maps, their own engines, and their own destination. When you try to force them to change course, you are not helping them. You are only exhausting yourself. Your anger is like a fire you light on your own deck, hoping the smoke will bother them. But the wind only blows that smoke back into your own eyes. In the end, they keep sailing, and you are the only one left with burnt hands." He placed a hand on James's shoulder. "You are responsible for your own ship, James. You control your rudder, your sails, and your peace. If you spend all your energy shouting at the horizon, who is left to watch your own compass?" After a long while, James took a deep breath. The tightness in his chest began to loosen. He looked down at his hands, which were no longer shaking. The loud, chaotic noise in his mind started to fade, replaced by the rhythmic sound of the waves hitting the rocks below. He realized that for years, he had been trying to win battles in oceans he didn't even belong to. "I've been so tired, Dad," James whispered, his voice finally becoming steady. "It is exhausting to live someone else's life," the father said. "Come inside. Your tea is getting cold, and your own harbor is waiting for you." And just like that, the storm inside James began to settle. He sat back down, watching the tea leaves swirl in his cup, focusing only on the warmth in his palms and the quiet of the room. he was finally back on his own boom, ready to sail his own journey. From James's story, we learn a simple but profound truth. We often spend our precious energy trying to fix, change, or control the people around us. We shout at ships that are not ours to sail, and we wonder why we feel so drowned by the waves of frustration. But the only wheel you were ever meant to hold is your own. The world will become a place of true peace, not when we finally force everyone to agree with us, but when every captain focuses on navigating their own vessel with kindness and integrity. When you stop trying to collide with others to prove a point, you find the freedom to enjoy the beauty of the open sea. Remember, their journey is their lesson, and your peace is your responsibility. The next time you feel the fire of anger rising because of someone else's choices, take a deep breath. Look at your own hands. Are they on your rudder, or are they reaching for someone else's? Let go of the ships that do not belong to you, and watch how quickly the storm around you turns into a calm, blue horizon. If you are ready to stop exhausting yourself and start sailing your own path, leave a comment below saying, "I choose peace." It is a small step, but it is the first step toward a much lighter life. Thank you for spending this quiet moment with me. Stay calm, keep your heart open, and remember that your harbor is always waiting for you. I look forward to sharing another life lesson with you in our next video. Until then, sail safely.